So today's a pretty special day in that it marks 1 month before I turn the big 3-0, before I turn 30. I've always wanted to kind of partake in some kind of 30 before 30 challenge, or some kind of 30 before 30 bucket list, kind of as a way to mark this milestone for what it is, something spectacular and exciting. And so I've looked through Pinterest and I've looked through Instagram, and none of the challenges or the bucket list that I was seeing resonated with me. I didn't want to spend this last year in my 20s kind of ruminating on missed opportunities, or trying to scramble and frantically partake in some unrealistic bucket list of travel to Turkey and ride in a hot air balloon or something like that, which would be awesome, but realistically that's not something that I could probably accomplish, especially with 30 days before I turn 30. So I really sat down and took just kind of stock of my heart, and honestly wanted to do something that resonated with how I truly feel. And how I'm truly feeling right now with 1 month before 30 is just grateful. I just feel an immense amount of gratitude and thankfulness to God for everything that He's done throughout my life and everything that my 20s was. My 20s was full of mountains and valleys, just like anyone else's 20s. But I feel like I gave it all that decade. I really have. And I feel like, honestly, I squeezed every last bit of it that I could, for better or for worse. And I can happily say that I spent my 20s with Jesus, which has been the greatest gift of my life. So everything that I've accomplished, everything that I've experienced, it's been with Him, leading me by my side, or me by His side, really. So I just wanted to spend my last month as a 29-year-old with gratitude. And I'm inviting you all to join me on that. And here's the basis for that. So I have a few scriptures for us to think about as we entered into these 30 days before I turn 30 of we're expressing gratitude for God. So honestly, I want this to be kind of a mind shift for me, and hopefully you'll experience the same thing. I was in Ephesians 4:22 through 23, really. It says, "You were taught with regard to your former way of life, to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds." And I really thought about what's the one thing that I really want to walk into my 30s with. I wanted to have a renewed attitude of my mind. I really wanted to have an attitude of thankfulness, because if I could just keep it 100 with y'all, I can be a little bit negative sometimes. I recognize that in myself. Sometimes, with my mind being trained as an attorney, we're trained to spot the issues. We're trained to see, where's the blind spot that we're missing, and so that we can head off any kind of catastrophe, that may be coming down the pipeline. And so I've turned that, into the rest of my life, where sometimes I can kind of spot the issue instead of really spotting the moment of gratitude. So I'm trying to train my mind to honestly be more grateful and be thankful for what it is that God has done. In the same way, I wanted to train my mind to see Jesus and all the ordinary moments. One of my favorite songs says, in the ordinary day-to-days, that's where I want to see Jesus. And I truly do. I think that we go the majority of our days just missing Him, either speaking to us or presenting us with a little gift of something. We take those moments for granted. And so I want to train my mind to just really tap into being thankful and grateful for all the things, big and small, that Jesus is doing in my life. And I hope that you'll feel inspired. Another verse that can help us with this is thinking about Philippians 4, verse 6, where it says, "Don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God." The key there for me, obviously, is with thanksgiving. I want to have my approach to God be laced with thanksgiving, gratitude for what it is that He's done for me. The next one is Colossians 3, verse 15. It says, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful." And obviously that latter clause there is what sticks out to me. be thankful. I just want to be full of gratitude. And all this can be wrapped up with us looking at Psalm 136. I'm not going to read the entirety of the psalm, but I really encourage you to read it. It's 28 verses, and every single verse really just points us back and says, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Really, that's how it begins. And the last part of it is, give thanks to the God of heaven. That's how it ends. Give thanks to God. Give thanks to the Lord. So that's how I want to spend this month. So with the basis in mind, how do we do this challenge? So glad you asked. All you have to do is every day take stock of 3 things that you can be thankful for. And it has to be new. It can't be something that you thought about the day prior. A lot of times people will ruminate on the same things over and over again, but you're missing the new things. And it can be something that happened in the past, and it can be something that is happening in your present. But I want you to do something new. And also, don't be caught up on, past accomplishments or present accomplishments, but think about small moments. If you're having an especially challenging day, it might be helpful to say, I'm thankful for this warm cup of hot chocolate. I love the temperature right now. It is the perfect temperature for me. For me, I'm a fan of London fog, so you know what? This has the right amount of froth ratio to the hot beverage. And I appreciate that, so just taking stock of little things like that. They sound silly to you, or they might, but it really starts to reframe our minds and our hearts. We're retraining the attitude of our minds here. So that's what I want to do. And how you can participate is just, you can, do it in your Instagram stories, or you can do it on your feed. Just share what are the 3 new things that you're thankful for each day, and tag it with hashtag Mel's 30 Days of Gratitude. And honestly, with your participation, I view it as a gift to me for my 30th birthday that's coming up next month, where we're all just presenting, hopefully as a sweet aroma to the Lord, of just our gratitude and our thankfulness for everything that he's doing. Because with everything that's going on in the world right now, I'm pretty sure that we can get caught up on that. But if we shift our minds and say, you know what, Lord, I'm thankful. I hope you'll join me in ending year 29 on the right note. Thank you guys so much. Love you.